Joe Biden has
3 million people that were deported and separated from their families.
Yeah.
We had this classification of families.
Well, you should vote for Trump.
Families.
You should vote for Trump.
And no, I'm not gonna do that. But I want to make sure that immigrant families and people like Sylvia are not afraid. And you have the power as a candidate to actually commit to stop all deportations from day one through executive action, and we want to hear you say that.
I will not stop all deportations if you commit a crime that's a felony.
So in that video, he just famously said, vote for Trump, vote for Trump. Like if you're not happy with it, vote for Trump, which is incredibly dismissive when this activist, Carlos Rojas, has a legitimate concern about what's happening to migrants right now.
That just happened. That happened, what, about 10 days ago or so? So in 10 days, you went from when he challenged Obama-Biden's record of deporting 3 million people, you went, I don't care, vote for Trump, and you turned your back on him, right? Now, you all of a sudden found Jesus, or maybe Jesus, on your way to Nevada and California, and you were like, oh my God, oh, did I say vote for Trump? No, I meant, I love immigrants, and oh yeah, I totally, and he talks about how they made a terrible mistake under Obama. You realized in the last week that you made a terrible mistake under Obama deporting all those folks? Come on, nobody believes that. I mean, it's so brazen. This is old school politics, and this is what Joe Biden does all the time. Like he just thinks that time got frozen in the 1970s. In the 1970s, there was no YouTube. There was, every event was not taped. Like when you found a tape of somebody's event, you'd be like, oh my God, listen to what Joe Biden said. I found tape of it. Everything is taped, Joe. We saw you say it just like a week ago. And now you turn around and go, oh my God, I am so concerned about what we did under the Obama administration. I'm changing my whole policy.
Yeah, but in the
so
past,
transparent.
In the past, this is a direct quote about his time with the Obama administration. He said, quote, I stand with Barack Obama all 8 years, good, bad, and indifferent.
But he also, not only in the debates, but in the video that you saw, specifically on this issue, said we didn't do anything wrong. Turns around about a week later and goes, I can't believe what we did. It's my bad. He said, when they said, would you do anything differently? He said, a lot. And then he said the deportations caused, quote, incredible pain. So what happened? I mean, reporters, you gotta ask them, what happened in the last week? Did you meet a Latino for the first time in your life? Did you meet an immigrant for the first time in your life? What made you change your mind 180 degrees other than going to campaign in Latino heavy states?
Maybe it's because his Latina staffer decided to quit because of his rhetoric on immigration.
100%, and look, you see him changing on this issue. You see Buttigieg changing on fundraisers, etc. Do you see Bernie changing on a single issue? No, because he's been right for the last 40 years, and he's saying the same thing he said in the 1970s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, etc. Meanwhile, politicians being politicians gonna politic, right?
Right.
So they're like, oh yeah, oh my God, man, oh, did you know what was going on under the Obama-Biden administration? Yeah, the one you brag about, the one that you were part of. But last thing, guys, overall, this is really good news. Why? Because look at how progressives are able to push the entire political spectrum to, I'm gonna say to the left because it is further left, but really towards the middle of the country. Because the polling indicates our positions are incredibly popular on all the issues, and including this one, intensely popular. And we're pushing the Democratic Party begrudgingly against their, their true interests into being actually more decent, more humane, and going to the right place. So Biden's still leading in the national polls. So you can't dismiss that. If Biden becomes president, that political progressive pressure made him come up with a policy that is honestly way better than the one he had just a week ago. So in a sense, mission accomplished. But okay, sorry, super last thing. When he said vote for Trump, well, we're not in the general election, Joe. That's the tactic all corporate Democrats using. Hey, look, hey, you gotta vote for me. You don't have a choice because the other guy's even worse. Okay, that's true, but we're not there yet. We're in a primary. So why don't you pick the best Democrat who's been right all along, and then you might have someone who actually wins the election and does the things that you're looking for and means it.
Bernie 2020.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video.